I'm Anna, and I'm passionate about the ukulele. I've been playing about 5 years and I've fallen in love with this instrument. I enjoy it so much I began to teach ukulele in primary schools around Norwich and Norfolk. Its popularity in Norfolk has increased, and as I began to discover the ukulele scene, I wanted to find out the different people that had taken up the ukulele and why the ukulele was special to them. I love this little 4-stringed instrument and its distinct natural sound. It's a great instrument to start playing on. You can pick up the basics very fast and can be playing in a day. It's portable, you can chuck it into a bag and take it to a festival, and it's inexpensive until you get addicted. Punk isn't the most obvious musical genre that you associate with the ukulele. One of the local artists I know that plays is Millie Manders, a talented singer-songwriter with a very unique cross-genre style. I caught up with her at the waterfront in Norwich where she was performing her solo act.
But your life's turned upside down again. You can't see yourself getting through, but your finger presses start again.
I have a band called Millie Manders and the Shut Up, which is basically punk, but it's influenced by other things like ska, hip-hop, dance and that kind of stuff. So it's quite fluid in the styles that we use. And then I also do solo stuff with my ukulele. It's usually a lot more angry and emotional than my band stuff.
Cut my heart out, make me numb, let me bleed out till you're gone. Nothing matters.
I have my ukulele, but I also have pedals. I use different effects on several of the songs. Most of them are quite up-tempo, very emotionally fueled, quite aggressive set.
Why did you take the ukulele up?
To be quite honest, it was just a really accessible instrument for me to quickly learn and to understand things like keys and transposing and all of that kind of stuff.
Another drink, the God of wine back has just put you in his chains. You know it, but you like it and you have another drink. Your feet hurt, so you have another drink.
It was a sensible choice for me, especially because I didn't want another guitar in a band either, so it was a different tone. It gave me a new variation on the sounds that I was using.
I'm trapped with a monster who's inside my head. The shakes and the shivers, the violent rage.
What are people's reaction to your music and you playing the ukulele?
It's been well received. I've certainly, there's been a couple of people that have said that they outright hate the ukulele. I guess it's got one of those sounds that can jar if you're not used to the higher tones, but it's been really good having great feedback for the new acoustic EP because a lot of people said that it's the first time they've listened to a collection of songs on the ukulele and felt like they really enjoyed it, so that was nice.
This is my last song, a word of warning, don't piss me off, I'll immortalise you. This is about a girl that started on me in a nightclub, and it's called Little Big Mouth. I pity you, baby, you and your little big mouth. I pity you, baby, you and your little big mouth. Hey, 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 I pity you, baby, you and your little big mouth.
The ukulele's invention dates back to 1879, when Portuguese immigrants brought several small 4-string guitars, like the cavaquinho and the braguinha, to Hawaii. One of the most established musical instrument shops in Norwich is Cook's Band Instruments. I met up with Dave Sadler, who is their main ukulele salesman.
Cook's have been here since 1965, started by Brian Morrison. Here we do the guitars in electrics, acoustics, amplification and drums, as well as ukuleles, of course.
You seem to have the best selection of ukuleles in Norwich. How long have you stocked ukuleles for?
We've stocked ukuleles here for about 10 years now.
What sort of variety of ukuleles have you got?
We've got all the range from the sopranos round to the baritones.
What sort of people buy ukuleles?
we get happy people buying ukuleles from 4 to 84. So they're all happy that every time we get one of the ukulele people, they've always got a smile on their face. It's lovely.
What sort of ukuleles do you sell and what is the most popular?
A concert size it would be. Children, obviously, it's always soprano, but the concert is bang in the middle. That's what we like. And we start concerts from about £56 upwards. First chord they learn is a C chord, da-da, which is a happy chord and makes you smile. Okay. That sounds a bit like an ice cream van, that did. Thank you. I'll put that back on the shelf. Aquila strings, which gives you that lovely tone. Look at that, sport maple. Isn't that gorgeous? Every home should have one. Look at that, and the sound. The resonance on that is brilliant.
How much have you seen the ukulele gain in popularity over the last few years?
In Norwich itself, it's been brilliant. The Norwich Ukulele Society started very small, and now I think they've got over 100 members. It's really active in Norwich.
Why do you think that is?
Everybody loves the ukulele. It's just a happy little guitar, really. That's what I call it. Like today, we've sold 12, so they're still not waning at all. We just thought, oh, the bubble will burst, but it's not. And I think the good thing is there's lots of good teachers in schools at the moment who are starting with ukuleles, and they're quite cheap to sort of start with, really. Rather than spending £100 on a guitar, £25, you've got a lovely little instrument.
What is your personal favourite ukulele?
Which is this one, which is made in Norfolk. Look at that. And only 145 for custom built.
Thank you so much. It's really lovely to meet you. A lot of people associate the ukulele with the legendary George Formby, who played both the ukulele and the banjolele. But there are many contemporary artists that are very talented keeping this instrument alive. I discovered Norwich Ukulele Society while they were playing one of their regular busks in Norwich city centre. After chatting with them, I was invited to go along and play at one of their practice sessions. I found it a very friendly group. Anyone with the ukulele is welcome, and it was great to see a wide variety of people from different backgrounds playing together. Even though I had to learn new songs on the night, I really enjoyed the variety of songs played and the support from the members.
Can you tell me about Norwich Ukulele Society and what do you do in it?
Yep, so Norwich Ukulele Society has been in existence for around 8 years. I've been a member myself since 2011 and became more involved in the running of the society probably about 4 years ago.
How many members do you have?
15 to 20 regular members with perhaps up to another 10 or so who will come to every other Sunday meeting for argument's sake. But some meetings we've had 50, 60 people turn up, so it's a real fluctuating number.
What sort of people come to the Norwich Ukulele Society?
Musicians, non-musicians, people who've never picked an instrument up before. I hadn't before I joined the society. And other people who've been playing instruments of some description almost all their lives and now just having a go at the ukulele. We've got members of all different ages, from all different backgrounds, and it just brings everyone together as a group and makes everyone smile a bit.
I just want to say, I ain't gonna let you get away, 'cause you belong to me.
We tend to do a lot of songs that people wouldn't necessarily associate with a group of our size or the ukulele itself, so things like Pulp and what have you, it's not all George Formby.
I've really enjoyed coming and playing with you tonight. It's been fantastic. I think the song choices have been really inspiring as well. So I'm definitely coming back to play with you again. And everyone's been really friendly and welcoming, which is fantastic. I'm sitting next to Pam. She's been great, helping me with my chords that I don't know. So there's still a few chords I haven't picked up yet, but I guess the more you come, the more you play.
You build your own confidence, and as you've seen yourself, there's safety in numbers, so if you miss a chord or play a wrong chord, no one really hears it. And there's always someone around that you can ask if you're not sure what chord is what and so on. And or how a song is going to be played. Some of the songs are played completely differently to how you may expect it or how you may be familiar with it. But yeah, it's a friendly group, and there's always someone on hand to help you.
One of the schools I teach in is Hingham Primary, and I currently teach all classes from Year 1 to Year 6. The head teacher has a great vision for her pupils regarding music, and most children, now having had 2 years of ukulele, are playing really well and enjoying it.
So it's basically 4 down strums, 8 complete up and down strokes. Down,
Do you think the ukulele is an accessible instrument?
I think perhaps people see it as being a smaller alternative, a slightly less complicated alternative to a guitar, and it feels quite accessible. Children can get hold of it and actually make a tune and sing along with something really quite quickly, and I think that's really gratifying for them.
Why did you choose the ukulele to be the instrument taught at your school?
We wanted them to have experiences that they would remember forever and that might lead them to something. The ukulele was something that we chatted about. One of our teachers is quite keen on playing the guitar and so forth with the children. He then met up with yourself and knew you, so was able to use that contact, and it's been the best thing. I think the children have absolutely loved it. We showed a video of 2 Hawaiian girls playing ukulele in assembly, and the children were really excited, and so off we went. That was it.
The fact that the whole school is learning ukulele is good because it encourages small children to maybe, if when they get to high school, they maybe want to carry on learning that instrument. So gives them an advantage to what they want to be when they're older, or a musician or something like that.
I would definitely want to continue playing the ukulele because it's so fun. You can just do it with your friends.
They're learning about rhythm, they're learning about a little bit about sort of notation as well. It's a really important way of doing it, really good way of doing it. And teachers don't all have the same level of skill as yourself, and so that means that we can really give them a top quality teaching. I just think it's a real pleasure seeing the children. At our school fete, for example, there's a sort of slightly festival air when the ukuleles come out and the children sit on the field and sing, and the parents join in with the songs that they've been learning, and it's lovely. It's a really, really nice experience. And then going into the lessons and seeing how the children have taken to your teaching has just been lovely. It's remarkable. They listen, they know the routines. Yeah, it's been absolutely an amazing experience for us all.
I now have 5 ukuleles. One of them is a solid electric ukulele. Even though I'm not into heavy metal music, it's great for getting a heavier sound, and I love using it with the distortion pedal. One of the highlights on the Norwich Ukulele calendar has to be the Norwich Uke East Festival. I went along to see what the artists had to offer and a chat to Tim Coleman, the organiser.
Tell me about Uke East. What's happening in this festival?
Uke East started about 5 years ago and has grown into what we have today. Yesterday night we had a wonderful open mic. Today we've had a children's event in the morning, which went very well. This afternoon we had the garden party in the Regency Gala Ballroom, and this evening we have the main acts. Quite a busy day.
Can you tell me who the main acts are and where are they located?
They come from all over, well, I was going to say all over England. We've got an Italian act, but we open with Tristy Vogue from the world of cabaret, great singer. Then we have the Ukulele Evangelists, who we saw in Scotland last year, absolutely loved, had to have them. We have Lorenzo and Charlotte, who we saw in Prague last year. Wonderfully talented Italian-German duet. Then we have Phil Dolman, who is a virtuoso ukulele player, and then we have the tremendously fun Dead Man's Uke, and they're all being emceed by Lord George Hicks.
Has UK's festival been running long?
This is our 5th year. It's grown and grown. It's reached critical mass, so I don't think we can grow it anymore, but we've got so many friends from around the UK who are back this year because they've had such a good time in the past. We do try and create a warm, friendly, family atmosphere so that everybody knows everybody. In some of the bigger festivals, you spot faces you know, but you never really get to talk to them. Whereas here, I think we've got a really good community spirit.
Well, Mama don't like no ukuleles in here. Mama don't like no football man in here. That fool don't care what Mama don't like. He's gonna wear those plastic picks all night. Mama don't like no music play around here. Go, go!
The first artist I met was the vivacious cabaret performer Tricity Vogue, whose combination of humour and talent captivated the audience.
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the 7 seas.
What I do is a mixture of my own original songs, but I like to write cabaret songs which always involve a bit of audience participation. I like my shows to be a conversation with the audience. As a performer on stage, I see myself as someone leading the play, and I think the ukulele is a great tool for that because it's an inclusive instrument, it's accessible, it's like the gateway drug to musicianship, really. It gives you the chance to have a go, to have sing-alongs and just bring back music as a participatory community thing.
Tainted love, sweet dreams are made of this.
The festival features European artists such as Lorenzo Vignando, an accomplished lead ukulele player who has teamed up with the equally talented German Charlotte Pelgen.
Thought I could have reached to the stars. Thought the moon was chasing daddy's sky.
Your accomplishment at the ukulele is quite astounding. You can pluck amazingly well. How did you come to do this?
Well, thank you, first of all. And I used to be into music all my life. I just couldn't help it. I want to try my best to do the thing that I really love with all my effort. I'm just working like crazy. When you do anything with art, you want to put in there everything that happened into your whole life. So that's why I became like a video musical artist. So I involve screens, projection, and virtual stuff into my act.
How did the two of you get to meet? Because you've got beautiful voices together and you write some amazing original material.
Thank you very much. So Charlotte Pelgen, she's my partner tonight. We also have separate careers. But when we meet together, it's like a big fest for me because I write a lot of duets for female and male voice because I like to enrich the sound as much as I can. And so I got this low voice, she's got this voice of an angel. I met her in Prague last year, which is exactly the same time where I met also the guys from Norwich. And I asked her, Charlotte, have you got also some material of your own? Because I really like to compose original music. And she said, yes, I've wrote something, but I've never done anything with that. And we asked her to play something for us, and all the artists, like very good players, I remember Aldrin Guerrero was there, Paul Moore, Ukulele Zaza, all the cream, the ukulele, we were just like...
She was to the sun, at the underground burns, and a feel of umbrella run, to the sound of wind that turns, and she walks to the sun, at the underground burns, and a feel of umbrella run, to the sound of wind that turns.
Thank you so much. You go along to the Ukulele Society in Norwich on a Sunday. There's so many people there of all different ages and all different backgrounds, and I think it really does bring people together. There's this thing like if you play the ukulele, you just want everyone else to play it as well, don't you? You just can't resist inviting people to have a go or encouraging them to come along with you, and I think that's really nice.
One of the more quirky acts was the Ukulele Evangelists. Their mixture of theatre and music was really unique and was very funny.
Ease down the elasticated waistband of your waterproof over-trouser.
And enjoy this ancient English folk song.
Summer is a-coming in, loudly sing cuckoo. Grow with seed and blow with mead, and springs the wood anew. Sing cuckoo, sing cuckoo.
Someone gave me a ukulele years ago and I started playing it, and it's just such a handy instrument because it's so small and you can carry it about everywhere. So we started rehearsing with it, and then we developed characters for a theatre show actually, which is sort of where it started.
Shoes on my feet, clothes I'm wearing, rock I'm rocking, I depend on me. If I wanted the watch you're wearing, house you live in,
There are a lot of songs that we really love. We love singing them, but also we've thought of these two characters who are maybe a bit tweedy and a little bit from otherworldly.
Quite English.
And how funny it would be if, slightly inappropriately, they were to sing all these songs.
I believe in miracles. Where are you from? You sexy thing. I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing.
Where did you come from, baby?
Stevenage.
Because I'm not playing the ukulele on stage, I've got lots of toy instruments really, Swanee with sort of plastic tambourine and a kazoo. It's kind of fun to bring something a bit different to the ukulele scene and actually jump about and be ridiculous.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's heart-stoppingly authentic. Freestyle, my generation, baby, my generation, baby, my generation, baby, my generation, baby.
The father and son duo Dead Man's Uke were really popular, playing dirt swing, hokum and old blues tunes. The mixture of ukulele and double bass produced an original sound.
When neighbors around each other cool world, yeah, I can use you, and I'm waiting for the change.
Ukulele, I picked it up probably about 30 years ago, maybe longer. I didn't really play it seriously, just fiddled with it like a little ukulele banjo that everyone's got lying around. But got a decent one, probably 25 years ago, something like that, and started playing more.
So the ones you play are made of metal, am I right?
Yeah, the ones we play in the band are resonator ukuleles, which are a particular kind of instrument. They can be wooden bodied or metal bodied. The one tonight is a brass bodied one. It's chrome plated, and that has an aluminium cone in, a bit like a speaker cone. And that's where the sound comes from. It's a really old technology. It predates amplifiers and microphones, and it was used to get instruments loud in venues. That was quite famous. That belonged to Tiny Tim, who was a famous player from the 60s, so it's his ukulele. That's why we call Dead Man's Uke.
They said we're so proud, we're so pleased, we're so glad that you're living your dream.
there anyone that played tonight that you really admire?
Yeah, well, we like Phil Dolman. He's a good guy. He's here. Here he is, see. That's why we like him.
Thank you, chaps.
Hi, Phil.
Well,
Hi, Phil.
he was listening, to be honest. So, yeah, so. But no, we've played with Phil for a while, and we've known him for years. And we play very similar styles of music, but different, so it's kind of nice to get together and do that now and then.
Yeah.
Well, there ain't nobody that business. How my baby treats me. Nobody's business but my own.
Charlotte Pelgan and Lorenzo Ukulele was great.
That was some really nice, some great arrangements and lovely harmonies and stuff there.
Mama don't like no Lorenzo in here. Mama don't like no Lorenzo in here. He don't care what Mama don't like. He's gonna play that you go through the night. Yeah, go. Mama don't like no Ukulele here.
The festival was really inspiring, and I'm definitely going again and would really recommend this as a great event to see.
It doesn't take up a lot of room in the house, it doesn't annoy the neighbours too much, and it just makes you smile when you're playing. It's good and fun.
The ukulele world is divided between, people who are quite sort of fundamental about it, the fundamentalist ukulele section who would never have any sort of funk and soul kind of stuff because it's not quite right in some way. So you do get some of those, but usually people are just want to enjoy it because it's such a joyful instrument, I think. So
There's sometimes a bit like that. I felt like saying tonight, yeah, this really is happening.
The ukulele is super accessible, super easy to learn. You'll be playing songs in no time, and it's a transferable skill, whether it's thinking about keys, chords, shapes, really, really transferable. So,
around Norfolk there are 4 or 5, 6 very active groups. It's a wonderful way of making music with other people.
All right, we're Dead Man's Uke, and what you've got to do is check out ukuleles and double basses and resonators and old blues tunes,
and,
dirt swing, hokum,
and
stuff like that. You'll be good. Don't worry. Trust us, we're professionals.
This has been a really interesting journey for me. After meeting so many artists, I feel really inspired to continue my practice and musical development with this fantastic instrument.